Diary, hello, it's the middle of April 2021 and this is my rather positive and exciting review of the Agptek A02T MP3 player. So I need an MP3 player in the future for a forthcoming set of races and ultramarathon events, and this is the potential player that I'm going to be using, but I'm going to cover quite a few things in this review. Firstly, we'll talk about the cost. Now, the cost of this player is £23 for the 8GB version from Amazon. There is a 16GB version for £28, but I think 8GB is a lot of MP3 music. I don't think you're ever going to need that, and you're certainly not going to need to insert a micro SD card, which you could do here to increase the capacity even more. So let's go with the 8GB model, £23. It comes in a box with headphones you're never going to use and a charge cable, a nicely long-ended USB charge cable. So let's get that box out of the way and concentrate on this 30-gram miracle of modern technology. So, like I say, the cost is £23. It's literally the cost of a few cups of coffee, and yet, instead of it being over in a few minutes, this player has the potential to last, months if not years. So, yeah, the cost is trivial. What functions have we got? Well, of course, it plays music. Now, let's just give it a playing music test. Right, I'm going to stop there due to YouTube copyright, blah, blah, blah. And press this top button here. And you see it's got a variety of options, including home. So we go to the home. Now, you've got this little GUI which you navigate. Now, this is not a click wheel, but it's got four back track, forward track, and it's got menu button and volume. And you can also use this as a cursor to navigate this menu. So let's just show you that. So you've got, just go through the options. There you've got music, you've got FM radio, never going to use that. Folder, to look at the folders and the music on your player, probably never going to use that. Settings, I'm going to use that to set things up like the screen timeout. Recordings, using the built-in microphone, never going to use that. Bluetooth, I am going to use that to set up my Bluetooth devices. And I'll go into that to show you that I've actually got 3 devices configured. I've got these 2 Galaxy Lives here, and I've got the Soundcore 2 just for the purposes of this demo. Again, back button goes up the menus. Again, up the menu, so we're back to there. Down here we've got tools. Again, I'm never going to use any of these things. There's a pedometer. There's the ability to watch videos. There's the ability to have a calendar. There's a stopwatch, and there's an alarm. Again, all of these functions. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Can you see that now? Oh, focus. See that? These functions are never going to be used, unfortunately. So, wasted functionality. You've got an ebook reader, and you've got pictures. So the only thing I think you would credibly use this wonderfully light 30-gram player for is to play music. It plays music absolutely fine. And so now we come on to its use in a running competition. So bear in mind, the idea is that you wouldn't be playing music from your phone or your smartwatch, because on a long running competition, you need to save your phone as an emergency contact device. You need to save your watch for routing throughout the race, and you need a separate music player. And the question is this going to be good enough for a race? Well, there's 2 options to connect this player. The first one would be to connecting using a set of quality headphones like this. You'd obviously take a backup pair of headphones, but you'd have a main set of headphones, and using that you should get 40 hours worth of wired use. I have no reason to disbelieve that. I will do a rundown test, but I've done a test of a few hours already on headphones. It's absolutely fine. The other option is to use Bluetooth, and for that purpose I've got 2 sets of Galaxy Live buds, each of these, if you use one earbud at a time, would last about 12 hours, including the recharge. And once one earbud's in there, it's recharging and you'll be playing from the other one that's stuck in your ear. So that's 12 hours, and that's up to that, and the two of them would give you 24 hours. However, this player will only do 10 hours worth of claimed playing over Bluetooth. So that has to be tested. If it was to last roughly about 10 hours, you can buy a second player. So for less than £50, you'd have the ability to play for, let's say, 20 hours, which is a pretty long race. Okay, so that is yet to be tested, but I'm optimistic. I see no reason why that's not going to be true. One thing I would note in the current testing that I've been making is the Bluetooth reception, which is not ideal. So, to explain further, I tend to use cycling tops for long running races because they've got lots of pockets in them. And it transpires if you put this device in a waterproof bag in your back pocket, then with your earphones in, it's whilst running, it's patchy, it's dropping out. So I found out if I put the player instead in the top of a rucksack, which you'd naturally be carrying on a long race, or in your gloves, which are on the front part of your body, there's no problem. But it does mean that you have to be quite careful where you place the device, and of course you wouldn't get that issue if you're going to use some wired headphones. So yes, there's a potential issue there. So again, if I was to definitely want to use this player, and I want to do that because it's got this physical button interface, which is important when you're running. You don't really want a touch screen that you've got to stop. You can literally pick this up, and if you know the interface, you can navigate around the interface without any issue. Even whilst running. In this case, it's a bit fiddly, so I'd have to get to the interface and press all songs, and then I'm down to pressing these songs, etc. But generally speaking, it's got this. It's not a click wheel, but it's got a four-way interface here with the fifth button here to power it off. Or this is start stop, but if you hold it here, you'll see it's 1, 2, 3, and then it's powering it off. So it's a very intuitive to use interface in terms of the fact that it's got physical buttons, but with the Bluetooth dropout, it does need an extra bit of thinking about. Okay, so I think the verdict is pretty good player so far, needs a bit more testing, certainly has potential, and at only 30 grams and £23, it really is a bargain. So I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.